Hey everyone and welcome back to this channel where I, Pim, sporadically upload random videos. Today is no different because we are talking about, and just like that, Season 2. I will tell you everything you need to know about Season 2 of And Just Like That has been released up till now, obviously. So I'm first going to tell you how Season 1 ended. Then I'm going to tell you what we can expect from Season 2. Then I'm going to tell you about the cast of Season 2 and if we have familiar faces, if we have new faces, and then some set photos. So it will be a lot, but really great stuff. If you want to support me, please hit the subscribe button. That's the only way you can do that. But you can also like this video whenever you feel like it. That would be amazing. But let's head into this video. So Season 1 ended with Carrie texting Samantha about her date with a school teacher. And she talked about her kissing the school teacher and how that went. I think it's a really complicated relationship, Carrie and Samantha. Obviously, And Just Like That is a new chapter of Sex and the City. It's not the same as Sex and the City was. And I feel like we should treat it as its own beast, you know? So yes, I am sad that Kim Cattrall is no longer portraying Samantha. Then the lamp starts flickering in Carrie's apartment. Her bedside table lamp that's just above her. She thinks it's big, telling her that she shouldn't be dating someone else. She gets the lamp fixed, but it still happens. Carrie thinks it's a sign of Big sitting in the clouds. Then Miranda decides to go with Shay to Cleveland because Shay is going to be shooting a pilot there, and Miranda's coming with her obviously because she's in love with Shay. I think it's really cool. I really dig that relationship. It's original. I love originality. I like the fact because it's based on a true thing that happened to Cynthia Nixon, who was with men all her life, and then all of a sudden she fell in love with a woman. Shay's non-binary, but she's not a straight man. I think that's really cool. It's very different, and I like seeing that. Carrie decides to go on her own to Paris to scatter Big's ashes. At the end of the 10th episode, we also see Miranda going to the airport with her son Brady, who is going on an adventure in Europe, I believe. And Miranda is going to Cleveland to Shay. And I think that's just really cool. And we finally see her relationship with her son being kind of friendly again. And yeah, I just felt the love there. It was great to see that arc sort of completing in that sense. So that was great. Then we see Carrie scatter Big's ashes on the bridge in Paris. It's the bridge where they met at the end of Season 6 of Sex and the City, and where they kissed and where they decided that they, after all, belong to each other. It's a very emotional scene. And her dress was that bright orange dress with the pink gloves. It looked so good, and it was so Carrie. But it was a difficult moment to watch. After scattering Big's ashes, she texts Samantha, and Carrie and Samantha actually meet. We don't see it, but they meet. Samantha's in London. And they decide the day after to have drinks together. The last thing we see is Carrie doing a podcast, which is called Sex and the City, where she answers viewers' questions and is like directly on the phone with them. The podcast being called Sex and the City is amazing. It's what I loved. It's so good. And Sarah Jessica Parker's voice, Carrie's voice, is so... It's so the show. It's so... And Just Like That. It's so Sex and the City. Carrie talking about us through all Sex and the City with her columns. Amazing. This was just a sort of extended version of it, which was so original again. Loved it. And then the elevator kiss with Franklin, her producer. We see the doors close, And just like that, it's the end of the season. So what do we know about season 2? We know season 2 takes place 3 weeks after the elevator kiss, if you will. We also know that season 2 will most likely premiere in the summer of 2023. We don't know for sure, but that's what Michael Patrick King, who created the show, said. And we also know that Samantha will be back in some capacity, but not Kim Cattrall. So Carrie and Samantha will be texting during the season. But how cool would it be that Kim Cattrall would return? Like we wouldn't see it coming, you know? I still hope. I said it before. I still hope that Samantha would return. I mean, the show was lovely as it is, but if Kim Cattrall would return, that would mean everything. It would mean, yeah, it's so cool. Who will be back in season 2? Well, obviously all of the girls. Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, they're returning. Also their friends, so LTW and Seema and Naya. And we also have Franklin, obviously, who is also returning. But we also have some new faces, new old faces. Because John Corbett as Aiden Shaw is definitely returning. It has been confirmed that he is returning, so that's really cool. I'm really stoked about it because the last time we saw him was in Sex and the City 2, which is a movie from 2010, and they actually met and also kissed in that movie, so that was really cool. I really want to see what happens next with them, if it's just going to be a friendship or if it's going to be something else, because I was a little bit pro Aiden actually and not really pro Big. I liked Big as a character, but I liked Aiden more. Also, Tony Danza is in an undisclosed role being cast, but he will be linked to Shay. So we'll see. I mean, I'm excited. And now I have some set photos. When I'm looking at these photos, this is the first one with Charlotte and Carrie. Charlotte is wearing a jumpsuit, which looks actually pretty awesome. It also looks, it gives a little bit construction worker realness for some reason or something. Or like in the lab, I don't know. It looks a little bit weird, but for some reason, Sarah Jessica Parker always looks good in everything that she wears. I think if she's wearing a diaper in the streets of New York City, it's still good, you know? Nothing special that she's wearing, but it looks cool anyway. I really like the pink scarf, or the pink scarf, like the pink thing here. Then we see another photo of the two of them, and Charlotte's walking her dog together with Carrie, who's wearing a nice hat. I love the purse. I love the purse, sort of like a blue grayish color. It's awesome. Carrie's also having a book in her hand, but it's If I Survive You. Interesting. We'll have to see what happens with that. Then we also have Carrie in her wedding dress from the first movie. I truly have no clue what is happening here. Why is she wearing this dress and why is she still looking so good in this dress? This woman is, I think, nearly 60. Like, what the hell? But yeah, I mean, she looks amazing. She also has the bird in her hair. It's so good. It's so good. And the last photo is her in this really great purple dress. Yeah, I really like this outfit. The necklaces, the rainbow blouse that's under it. It looks so good. Yeah, and her hair, like, I'm such a big fan of Carrie's hair. It's wow. I just love it. At last, I want to talk a little bit about the controversy revolving and just like that. A lot of people said the show was too woke. They sort of. It didn't really get that great reviews. It got mixed reviews, which was actually a little bit. I mean, obviously it's opinion of people and you can have your opinion, I have mine. But my opinion about the show was that I thought it was so original that Actually, we're looking at women that were 50, 60 instead of the 20, 30 something year olds that most TV shows are revolving around. So I think that's really original at first, because different ages also mean different problems that aren't being highlighted enough. So I really thought that was great. Yes, they really did try to tackle a lot of problems, but they did it in a way that was, to me, quite natural. Like I said, Cynthia Nixon's divorcing Stephen thing, Miranda divorcing Stephen, is a thing that truly can happen, because it happened to Cynthia Nixon herself. That's real life shit that's happening right in front of us, and I think they dealt with it really beautifully. And again with Che, yes, she's non-binary, yes, it's truly of this time, but truly not, because there have always been non-binary, there have always been gay people, there have always been straight people, there have always been every gender you can think of, there have always been people or sexual orientations. But right now, at this very age, we sort of start to figure it all out, and it's necessary that there is representation. And I think the cast and just the show was so much more diverse than Sex and the City, and I think people just expected Sex and the City, while if they were making Sex and the City, they would have called it Sex and the City, but they called it just like that for a reason, because, like I said, it's its own beast. So yeah, I think we shouldn't be as hard on and just like that as people were, and we should just appreciate that we got a really amazing season, and that we're getting a second season as well, because now we can follow these characters again, but in a different setting. On that note, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you are as excited for And Just Like That Season 2 as I am. I'm so excited, I'm so stoked. I'm also a little bit sad that I have to wait until the summer, but it will be okay, time flies by. Thank you again for supporting me if you have subscribed by now. If you didn't, please do, because I will be sharing more original content. And yes, give a like whenever you feel like it. I wish you guys a very happy day, and I hope I will see you guys on the next video. Bye. 'Cause I'm in love, all dressed up in